I warmly welcome all of you to the Speak in English online lecture series, which has been designed by the International Association for Quality Education along with South Asian International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development, in order to provide support to everyone who is keen in developing their communication skills. I am Dishan Jagannathan, Operational Leader of International Association for Quality Education, and I'll be briefing you on Lesson 9, which is on past tense. The lecture series has been designed under the guidance of Mr. Janaka Kamalgoda, the President of International Association for Quality Education and President of South Asian International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development. The Sustainable Development Goals of this organization is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. The purpose of organizing this online lecture series is to improve communication skills in English and to overcome challenges in global society. Let's move into the lesson. So the subjects that we've discussed so far in the previous lessons are I, you, we, they, he, she, and it. A verb is an action that is performed. The types of sentences we'll be going through today are positive sentence, negative sentence, positive questions, and negative questions. First, we'll look at positive sentence. The structure of positive sentences in past tense is given by subject plus the verb in past form. That is the past tense. I went to school yesterday. I is the subject. The past of go is went. I repeat, the verb go and the past of go is went. I went to school yesterday. They came home last week. They is the subject. The verb come, the past of come is came. So the sentence goes as they came home last week. Nimal studied at Central College in 1995. Nimal is the subject, the verb is study, and the past form of study is studied. Therefore, the sentence is Nimal studied at Central College in 1995. The structures of the positive sentences in past tense is given by for all the subjects which are I, you, we, they, he, she, and it, we use the verb in the past form plus the object with place and time. Let's look at some examples for further understanding. I played cricket in our garden yesterday. I is the subject, the base verb is play, and the past form of the verb is played. Object cricket. We studied English at home last week. We is the subject. The base form of the verb is study. Past tense is studied and the object is English. You watched a film at the Regal last month. They spoke in English at the conference last year. He worked as a teacher at Mahanama College in 1995. King Parakramabahu built a dam in Anuradhapura 2000 years ago. The Sun and the planets formed the solar system 4.5 billion years ago. So, the thing to keep in mind when we use a verb, we have to use the past. Now, when we look at the verbs used in these examples, which are play, study, watched, all these verbs finish with ed. But there are some verbs that do not finish with ed. For example, the fourth sentence, they spoke in English. And the sixth sentence, King Parakramabahu built a dam. If you take these two sentences, the past form is spoke and built. So there are some verbs which do not end with ed. The verb speak, the past of speak is spoke, and build. The past of build is built. So you need to keep this in mind. Now let's look at the negative sentences. The structure of the negative sentence in past tense goes as subject plus did not or didn't plus the verb. I didn't go to school yesterday. They didn't come home last week. Limal didn't study at Central College in 1995. In these three examples, the base form of the verb will be used in negative sentences. Go, come, study. So in negative sentences, after didn't, we will be using the base form, not the past form. The structures of the negative sentence in past tense for all the subjects from I to it will be using didn't plus the verb plus object with place and time. Keep in mind, verb will be the base form. Some examples. I didn't play cricket in our garden yesterday. I is the subject and didn't, which is the negative keyword. Verb is play and object is cricket. Likewise, we didn't study English at home last week. We is the subject plus didn't, and the verb is study and object is English. You didn't watch a film at the Regal last month. You is the subject plus didn't, and the base verb is watch. Object film. They didn't speak in English at the airport last year. He didn't work as a teacher at Mahanama College in 1995. King Ashoka did not build a dam in Anuradhapura. The moon did not give birth to the planets 4.5 billion years ago. Moving on to positive questions. The structure of positive questions in past tense is given by did plus subject plus base form of the verb. Did I go to school yesterday? Did they come home last week? Did Nima study at Central College in 1995? The verbs are go, come, and study. Let's look at the detailed structure. For the subjects from I to it, the question begins with did, followed by the subject plus the base form of the verb and object with place and time. The examples are, did I play cricket in our garden yesterday? The question begins with did plus the subject I and the base form of the verb play and object is cricket. Likewise, did we study English in our office last week? Did you watch a film at the Regal last month? Did they speak in English at the airport last year? Did he work as a teacher at Mahanama College in 1995? Did King Ashoka build a dam in Anuradhapura before 2000 years? Did the sun and the planets form the solar system 4.5 billion years ago? So positive questions begin with did as the question tag plus the subject followed by the base form of the verb. Now we'll move to the negative questions. The structure of negative questions in past tense is given by didn't plus subject plus the base form of the verb. Didn't I go to school yesterday? Did they come home last week? Did Nimal study at Central College in 1995? The questions begin with the contracted of did not, which is didn't, plus the subject and the base form of the verb. The verbs used in the given examples are go, come, and study. For all the negative questions in past tense, we use didn't, the subject, plus the verb, object with place and time. The verb takes the base form. Didn't I play cricket in our garden yesterday? Didn't plus the subject I, verb is play, and object is cricket. Didn't we study English in our office last week? Didn't plus we is the subject, study is the verb, and English is the object. Likewise, didn't you watch a film at the Regal Film Hall last month? Did they speak in English at the airport last year? Didn't he work as a teacher at Mahalama College in 1995? Didn't King Ashoka build a dam in Anuradhapura before 2000 years? Didn't the sun and the planets form the solar system 4.5 million years ago? Let's summarize what we've learned in this lesson. In past tense, the positive sentences begin with the subject plus the base form of the, subject plus the past form of the verb. I went to school yesterday. They came home last week. Nimal studied in Central College in 1995. Whereas in negative sentences, the form is I didn't plus the base form of the verb. I didn't go to school yesterday. They didn't come home last week. Nimal didn't study in Central College in 1995. Moving on to questions, positive questions begin with the question tag did plus the subject and the base form of the verb, which is did I go to school yesterday? Did they come home last week? Did Nimal study in Central College in 1995? And moving on to negative questions, we use the question didn't. The questions begin with the word didn't plus the subject followed by the base form of the verb. Didn't I go to school yesterday? Didn't they come home last week? Did Nimal study in Central College in 1995? Assessment and evaluation. Visit us on the given URL. Go to the Speak in English lecture series. Follow the guidance to complete the assessment process. Watch the next lesson to become fluent in English. Thank you for joining us. Have a nice day.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.